We are back at the LS swapped 1979 Pontiac Firebird. Today we're gonna do something real simple that anybody can do. If you got simple little spray can stuff, maybe a little wire wheel, maybe some sandpaper. In here, it is nasty. It's not rotted. That's all surface rust right there. And it's all four corners here. This one just looks dirty. But for the most part, we're just gonna clean it up. We're gonna give it a little spray, make it shiny. Because you can see it from out here. If you're walking up on it, you can see, I mean, it doesn't look that good, especially over here. Look at this side here. Yeah, that's gonna look so much better, much gooder, as they say. Yeah, this is such a simple, easy thing to do. Sometimes you don't even have to take the tires off, you just gotta jack it up a little bit. But I got my compressor over there going, just to take the tires off, just so that we got more room. And also, if you don't have yourself one of these, or at least some sort of big impact, this makes life so much easier. And online, this thing has horrible reviews, but I've owned it for a little over a year now. There's your model numbers right there. This little set is perfect for your average backyard shade tree little mechanic fella there. And it's worked for everything that I've ever had to do. So with that, let's go ahead and jack it up. Take these tires off. We'll do two at a time and we'll go from there. Let's do it. Alright, now that we got the tires off, I'm just gonna come in here and just kind of clean this part up just a little bit, and we're probably gonna paint on mostly dirt. It'll be alright for where we're going with this. It's not a show car. It'll never be a show car. This is a daily driven car. I drive this car at least 2-3 times, sometimes 4 times a week. I actually drive it usually more than even that car right there. And that car should be the daily, but this is the daily. Or that 460 big block truck with a 4-speed. So it's kind of neat. Factory coilovers in the rear. It's a little different. And this thing, I will tell you guys, this thing does float pretty good doing about 75-80. And it'll do it. Gas crisis gear in the rear, 273s with a 4L60E 4-speed, 70 miles an hour. This thing's at like 1750 RPM. Gas mileage is there, I'll tell you what. So let's get to grinding on this a little bit, let's clean it up, and then we'll tape off these edges here. While I'm back here, I might clean these guys up a little bit too. I just got your cheap Walmart Gator Premium sandpaper combo, 220, 320. Nothing too gritty, but just enough to kind of smooth it out a little bit, make it a little rough. Let's see what we got, Probably start off with the rougher stuff and just see what happens. Yeah, good enough. Also, what's going to make this job easier too, it's another Walmart heart with a wire wheel on it. And I believe the battery's almost dead, so we probably won't use this for too long. But this should get all the nitty gritty off real quick. Alright, you see here? Kind of digging into that. I don't want to dig into this because this is actually protected coating for rust and stuff like that. So I don't really want to dig too deep, but look at that original color. My goodness. Nocturne blue, if I remember right. It's a good looking color. You don't see too many of them. You'll usually see these in white or black or red. Not very many blue ones. And this car has been resprayed, unfortunately. Maybe it just needs a little shine into it. But it ain't bad. Ain't bad. Couple little dents right there. Like I said, it's a daily driver. Probably good I looked at that. I need brake shoes. Now that it's good enough, we're going to use this roll bar and chassis paint, VHT, high temperature. This is a gloss black. Should look a lot better than that. By now somebody's probably watching this and just cringing and just thinking, my gosh, what an idiot this guy is. Let me tell you something. I've owned this car almost 15 years. I traded my $100 car for a $50 car, then traded my $50 car and a $250 car for this car. I believe cars should be driven. This could be restored and be worth a lot more money. Yes, I know. But I drive this thing. I just want it to look good enough, better than what it did, or at least better than what it did, one weekend at a time. I know this probably isn't the right way to do things. This isn't the best way to do things, but this is, you know what? Hey, this is something that I can do here in my garage or driveway, and just make things a little bit better, or at least look a little bit better. And I'm satisfied with it. I don't care what anybody else thinks. I'm just doing my thing. This car used to be a $2,500 car 15 years ago. At least that's what this car was listed for. Running and driving, AC worked, everything in this car. They did that. And you know, hey, I didn't do that. But I have a rear quarter for it and it will eventually happen. This here, it's got a little rust because it has a leak up here. Also, it's another thing that needs to be addressed, and that whole quarter panel comes from here down. So we're going to fix that and that at the same time, and we'll get this guy resealed, which again, I didn't do that either. already looks better from a distance. See in the fender well on this side. Hey, not bad, not bad. But I got to thinking, I don't know how hot brakes get. This is good for 250 degrees. How hot do these guys get? I might have messed up there. Now we got both of these rear sides done. Let's just double check, make sure we didn't miss anywhere. Looks like I can probably get there a little bit down there. But from a distance, hey, it looks pretty good. Let's check over here. Yeah, I can spot up a couple little spots here too. Not worried about the top because you ain't gonna see that. But yeah, I'll touch up a couple little spots here. And we'll throw these tires back on. It's a good idea to shove your tires under there just in case it falls. Unless you got jack stands, that's the next best thing, if not the best thing. Alright, we got kind of the same thing here. It's another protective layer on there. If not, actually that might be dirt. But hey, I guess it's protecting. But we'll try and knock that off at least. Oh my goodness. But over here, same deal. It's not that bad, but this one actually could be cleaned up all the way because there's no, doesn't look like there's any protective layer on this one at all like there was on the back. So we'll get to that, get that all cleaned up the same way as we did it on the back, and we should be good to go. And it looks like my front brakes are pretty good, maybe half dead, maybe a little more, and it's not bad. All right, cool. Now here's the thing, like I said, I've owned this car for 15 years and I've never touched the brakes. Ever. So, this was all previous owner stuff. Ooh, zip tie. On the last side, looks like you got just about the same as the other side. I think you got a little bit more oil coating the frame over here. So, let's get to it. This was probably the worst side out of all of them, only because we got the most rust right there from where the battery tray used to be there, and just over time I guess leaked a bunch of battery acid and started rotting things out over here. But that'll be changed one day, one weekend at a time. But the other side looks a lot better. This side looks pretty good. So let's go ahead and put these tires back on, and we'll look at it from a distance, and we'll look at it close up and kind of do a comparison. Let's take a look at this guy here. Walk around. It's pretty good. You can really see it in that wheel gap right there. That looks a lot better. A lot better. And even this one, this was the worst one. Much gooder. So I think that's gonna wrap it up here. Just a quick little spoofing up your ride with about $15 worth of paint and maybe about 25 minutes of your time. And that's it. So I'm gonna leave it off right there. If you guys haven't already, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button as well, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. Take it easy.